Sara Gilbert was just 13 when she landed the career-defining role of Darlene Conner on Roseanne. Though she starred in other films and TV shows in the decades since, that iconic character continues to shape her journey in Hollywood. Growing up on camera while millions of people watch is a somewhat unique experience shared by few, although it's one that's common to Hollywood's child stars. For Sara Gilbert, however, her role on Roseanne meant that she essentially went through puberty under the harsh glare of Hollywood's soundstage lights. She recalled on Late Night with Seth Meyers,
I was a very young, awkward person. It's hard to have your teenage years in front of everybody.
Meanwhile, starring on one of TV's most popular shows made the teenage Gilbert famous. That, however, wasn't really something she struggled with, given that she'd already witnessed it up close and personal. After all, her older half-sister, Melissa Gilbert, had been a child star on a wildly successful TV series, Little House on the Prairie. In an interview with Deadline, Sara said, "Fame wasn't that strange to me." One lesser-known fact about Gilbert is that she attended Yale while continuing to appear on Roseanne. That, however, took some maneuvering. Beyond the scheduling issues, there were also the geographic logistics to consider, given that Yale is in Connecticut, while Roseanne was shot in Los Angeles. However, when Gilbert headed to college in the fall of 1993, Roseanne producers didn't want to disrupt the storyline by writing Darlene off the show, so they hatched a plan that would keep the character in Lanford while Gilbert attended Yale. For starters, the show's production began earlier than usual, allowing her to squeeze in 3 episodes prior to her departure for Connecticut. Then, later in the season, the cast and crew traveled to New York to shoot scenes with Gilbert, who also spent her Christmas vacation and spring breaks on the set. Gilbert told the Los Angeles Times in 1993, "Just from a logistics standpoint, I was surprised." For Gilbert, then 18, the extreme efforts taken to ensure she could remain on the show while pursuing her college dreams had not been lost on her. She told the Los Angeles Times, "I'm really flattered and sort of relieved that I'll have the opportunity to do both things. I'd like to continue doing Roseanne as much as possible, but also move on to something else." Gilbert's high-profile role on Roseanne presented her with other acting opportunities that she probably wouldn't have had without the show's success. These included the 1992 film Poison Ivy, starring opposite Drew Barrymore.
What's your name?
Ivy.
After Roseanne ended its run in 1997, Gilbert continued to appear in movies, such as High Fidelity and Riding in Cars with Boys, the latter of which reunited her with former co-star Barrymore and marked her first time working with director Penny Marshall. She told Entertainment Weekly that landing the role was no small accomplishment. Gilbert recalled, "I remember meeting Marshall and how she made me audition a lot of times. It wasn't an easy one to get, and then you're just thrilled that Penny Marshall wants to work with you." In 2000, she starred in her own sitcom, Welcome to New York, which was canceled after its first season. Then came a stint in the second season of action drama 24, and another sitcom starring role in 2004 with the short-lived Twins. During the remainder of the decade, Gilbert continued to be an in-demand actor, signing on for a 15-episode story arc on medical drama ER, and guest starring on various TV shows. Having successfully made the transition from child actor to adult roles, Gilbert had learned a lot from her early years that helped her to define herself. She told Entertainment Weekly, "The older I get, the more I realize that being a child actor is a real specific way to grow up. A lot of your identity is dictated by what people project upon you, and you're not really strong enough to define that on your own terms." On Roseanne, Johnny Galecki played the on-screen boyfriend of Sara Gilbert's Darlene.
"I can make you feel like a man, David. Take out the trash."
Gilbert's teenage crush on her co-star resulted in the two dating, which ultimately led her to the realization that she was gay. This was a secret she shared with only Galecki. As she grew older, Gilbert kept mum about her sexuality, but also didn't put much effort into hiding it. In fact, she was in a low-key relationship with TV writer and producer Ali Adler. During the course of their 10 years together, the couple welcomed 2 children, son Levi and daughter Sawyer. As a mother, Gilbert has said she wants to pass 3 key values along to her children. She told Elaine Sir, "I aim to teach my children honesty, kindness, and authenticity, since those are the qualities I value most in others. I think treating others well and being fully ourselves make life meaningful." After the arrival of her daughter Sawyer, Gilbert began to attend a mother's group. The conversations she had with other women in the group led her to the realization that she hadn't seen any space on television that could host the types of discussions she and her fellow moms were having. So she decided to create one. She pitched the idea to CBS and in 2010 launched The Talk, a daytime talk show in which she was joined by other female hosts. Sharing anecdotes from her life with TV viewers was not something that came naturally to Gilbert. She told the New York Times, "I'm an introvert who's energized by work."
I don't really like talking, is the truth.
For Gilbert, the appeal of opening up on a talk was in the authenticity required, not just from her, but from the other women as well. She added, "I feel like I try to be authentic to myself, whatever that is." Still, actually putting that into practice required her to push herself out of her introverted comfort zone, which is exactly the challenge that she set for herself when pitching the show in the first place. She said, "I did this because I was scared to do this. I felt like I wasn't equipped for it, and I needed to expand my growth." In 2011, Gilbert told viewers of The Talk that she and longtime partner Ali Adler had decided to separate. A few months later, she was spotted with singer-songwriter Linda Perry, who fronted rock band Four Non-Blondes. After paparazzi photos of the lovebirds holding hands made it to the tabloids, Gilbert confirmed they were dating, but admitted she hadn't expected her budding new romance would spark quite the media frenzy that it did. She said on The Talk, "I go online and it's on CNN. It's weird." In 2014, the two tied the knot, and Gilbert told viewers about what it was like to be married for the first time. She revealed, "It definitely feels different. You feel like you're part of this institution and it's official and, oh, I better not mess this up." The couple then started a family, welcoming son Rhodes in 2015. In 2017, fans of Roseanne learned some amazing news. ABC was bringing back the beloved sitcom. Along with the rest of the original cast, Gilbert was set to reprise Darlene, but would also take a far more active role as a producer on the series. When the series finally made its debut, it exceeded all expectations, drawing 18 million viewers. For Gilbert, returning to the character she'd inhabited for 9 seasons felt like putting on a pair of comfortable old shoes. She told Variety, "I know exactly where she lives in my body. I don't have to think about it, and I can say a line like Darlene, and it just feels like me."
What are you talking about? I don't smoke pot. Dulls my hatred.
Yet she was also wearing her producer's hat, which meant sessions in the writer's room, coaching her co-stars on their performances, and various other responsibilities. According to Roseanne showrunner Bruce Helford, she did it all with confidence. He told Variety, "Even while she's in the moment as an actress and doing the rehearsal, she's also able to see the play from a producer's standpoint. That's impressive." Just as Gilbert was enjoying the monumental success of the Roseanne reboot, it all came crashing down. A racist ex-post from Roseanne Barr was so offensive that ABC immediately canceled the show, ending plans for a second season. Gilbert wrote on X, "Roseanne's recent comments about Valerie Jarrett, and so much more, are abhorrent and do not reflect the beliefs of our cast and crew or anyone associated with our show. I am disappointed in her actions, to say the least."
I do stand behind the decision that ABC made.
Yet the story didn't end there. With Gilbert as producer, another plan emerged to continue the beloved sitcom without Barr. In the new series called The Conners, Barr's character was killed off in the first episode. Essentially Roseanne without Roseanne. Viewers learned that Barr's character died from an opioid overdose. Barr was incensed and trash-talked Gilbert during an interview with The Megyn Kelly Show, saying, "It wasn't enough that she stabbed me in the back and did what she did to me. Then she would go on her talk show every day and talk about how shocked she was by my racism on top of it."
It was every day.
In the midst of all this turmoil, behind the scenes, Gilbert's marriage had been falling apart. She and wife Linda Perry separated in 2019. Their divorce was finalized 2 years later. When The Conners debuted later that year, it didn't attract the massive viewership of the Roseanne premiere. It did, however, more than hold its own, garnering 13.5 million viewers to become the night's top-rated TV show. With Gilbert handling both acting and producing on both the sitcom and talk show, it soon became clear she couldn't do it all. During an April 2019 episode of The Talk, Gilbert made an announcement. She told viewers,
It's something that I have been struggling with for a while and going back and forth, but I've decided that it's time for me to leave the show at the end of the season.
It couldn't have been easy for Gilbert to hand over the reins of her beloved daytime creation, which continued on without her until its cancellation in December 2024. Now able to focus entirely on The Conners, Gilbert guided the show through an impressive 7 seasons before it ended its run in April 2025. Given that Gilbert had played Darlene for a combined 16 seasons, it was understandably tough for her to say goodbye to The Conners. This wasn't just leaving a job, she explained. It was essentially breaking up a tight-knit group of actors who portrayed one of America's favorite TV families. Gilbert told People, "It feels like family, and because we did it for so many years, it's sort of deep in our soul, and so that is hard to imagine being without."